Frank Ehrhardt with Real Broker, bringing you the market update for Southwest Florida for June 2026. Median sales price for the month was $378,000, and that's up 4% from the prior year. Taking a look at the number of units sold for the month, we sold 552 units, and that's up 7% from the prior year. Looking at the number of active listings still on the market, there are 3,452 active listings, and that's down 20%. So inventory's come down quite a bit from last year. And that leaves us about a 6-month supply of inventory, and that is really a neutral market. And so it's no longer a buyer's market, no longer a seller's market. Both sides are equally represented. And finally, the median days to sell for Cape Coral were 44 days, and that versus 56 a year ago. So my outlook for Cape Coral, a strong month in June. Sales were up, inventory's down, and prices are actually moving up. So I think it could be a fairly active summer here in the Cape. For the month, the median sales price was $330,000. That's down about 7% from the prior year. Taking a look at the number of units sold during the month, there were 508 units sold, and that's up about 4%. So we are seeing a little bit more activity in Fort Myers. Number of active listings on the market, there's 3,474 active units, and that's down 19%. So there are a lot less inventory on the market now than there was a year ago. And that leads us to a 7-month inventory supply, and that's down from 9 months a year ago. 7 months, still a buyer's market, but getting closer to a neutral market. And finally, the number of days to sell, 63 days to sell this year versus 70 a year ago. My outlook for Fort Myers, one of the big things on November's ballot is going to be the property tax reduction for people that have homesteaded their homes here. If that happens in November, I think we're going to see a big rush to get in before December 31st this year. For the month, the median sales price was $474,000, and that's down 15% from the prior year. So we're still seeing some downward pressure on pricing on the beach. We sold 35 units this month versus 29 a year ago, so we are seeing a little bit more activity. That leaves the active number of listings at 508, and that's down 15% from the prior year. So we are seeing some inventory coming off of the market. That leaves us a 15-month supply of inventory, still solidly in a buyer's market. And the median days to sell for the month was 91, and that's versus 89 a year ago. My outlook for Fort Myers Beach, we still have a lot of inventory to move through. And so with the 15-month supply solidly in a buyer's market, I think we're going to continue to see some downward pressure on pricing. Median sales price for the month was $967,000. That's up from $950,000 a prior year. Looking at the number of sales for the month, there were 46 units sold, and that's a 39% increase, so a lot more activity over on Sandcap. Number of active listings on the market, there's 486 units currently, and that's a decrease of 14%. So we are starting to move through some inventory on Sandcap. Number of months of inventory, that leaves us an 11-month supply, still solidly in a buyer's market, but that's come down drastically from where it was a year ago. Number of days to sell, that was 91 days this year versus 88 days prior year. So my outlook for Sandcap, sales are up, prices are up, inventory's down. Beaches look beautiful right now. We've had very little rain here, so there's been very few discharge from Lake Okeechobee. Water's beautiful. I think we're going to have a good summer on Sandcap. Thanks for watching this month's market update. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to my channel and check back for my next video.